Hello. How is everybody? Welcome to Rogue Ship One. I hope you're having a good start to your week. I guess I am. I don't know. Thank you for being understanding when I needed Saturday. Oh, lovely. There's a spot in the center of my head. Yay! I don't know how well you can see it. I noticed it right away, but, you know, that's me. Let me see who's here. Puddleglum, hello, hello, and, oh gosh, 30 stream streak. Wow, thank you very much. Oh gosh, a long day of checkups from the chief medical officer and cleaning. Food would be a good thing. Elixir, hello, thank you so much for 40 months streak. Amazing. Neo Gets, hello. Shadows of Life, it is good to see you. I do appreciate a good shadow on the bridge. Detective Zen, hello, hello. Okay, I think I have fixed the muted trumpet sound. Thank you to our chief pranks officer for that. Let's see. Get the EXO out of the oven. Yes. Oh dear. EXO X2 on the bridge. Gosh. Oh gosh. Detective Zen. Hello. Thank you so much for the resubscription. 22 months. Amazing. Amazing. Mass transit system with unintelligible announcements. That was my best off the cuff. I'm supposed to be talking like a Peanuts adult. Like a Charlie Brown adult. If I had a moment to like actually like think about it and maybe prepare, I could probably do better, but that was just me like, oh, I have to immediately switch to Peanuts adult. So I tried. Prepare, I know. No, life is entirely reactive. Nowhere in the day is there enough time to plan anything or prepare for it in any way. So it's just rush from one item to the next, to the next, to the next. Trying to get them all done as perfectly as possible without having had the benefit of being able to plan in advance what needs to happen. That's what happens when you have more work than a single job. I'm sure Elixir is aware of that. Is that like when you look at a pear before you eat one? Oh dear. To prepare? Oh gosh. Elixir, I think you need points. You just thought of it a second before joining the stream, so there was no prepping. I actually was in a production of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown in high school. It was one of the times I was on stage instead of backstage. I preferred backstage. But I wasn't like any of the named characters. I was just one of the other Peanuts. There on stage, I was part of the ensemble. I was nothing. And I had I forget. I had 2 shirts that were identical. Like we made our own costumes. And I had 2 t-shirts that were identical that I had had for a while. And I liked them both, but I turned them into my costume by cutting shapes out of one of them and sewing them onto the other one. It wasn't like exactly the zigzag of like Charlie Brown's shirt, but it was inspired by, and it was I can't remember. I think I cut up the purple one and sewed it onto the yellow one, but I don't remember. More like holding a pear seed before planting. Oh gosh, talking about planting seeds. I did not manage to stream on Saturday. Last week was very, very busy and long, and one of the days I was there many more hours than I really would prefer to be there for an event that went late into the evening. And by the time Saturday came around, I was up. And I was sitting here watching the old 90s X-Men cartoon to refresh my memory on that, because I've been watching X-Men 97 and really enjoying it, but I wanted to refresh my memory on the cartoon that it's continuing. So I was watching that, and I was just sitting there, and I was like thinking about the stream and everything that I had to do to like make the stream happen, and it just felt like too much expenditure of energy. I just did not have it in me. I did not have the mental energy remaining after last week. I didn't have the mental energy remaining to sit at my desk and play a game, let alone stream a game. Like, I was sitting in the chair watching X-Men, and that was enough. I couldn't do more. So I had to skip on Saturday. I've seen up through, I guess, through the current episode of 97. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have been enjoying it. But I didn't really remember much from the original animated series, other than I remembered that there was the Dark Phoenix stuff, and I remembered Jubilee, and really not much else. Like, I didn't remember any of the narrative or the story, or I mostly know, like, when I went back to watch it, I was like, I knew the first couple of episodes of that series really well. I think I caught the first couple of episodes on TV over and over and over again, and never really got past them. So, there's been a lot of stuff, like the whole Savage Land arc, and honestly, most of the Phoenix arc before the Dark Phoenix arc, I really didn't remember any of it. So I've been catching up on it, because it's good to catch up on it. It's a really good show, and I had not realized, because at the time I didn't really know Marvel characters at all. I knew nothing beyond the cartoon itself. So, like, when Ms. Marvel shows up, and like Carol Danvers, she's there, and Beast is wearing a t-shirt with Howard the Duck on it in one episode, or there's a Flash, I forget exactly when it was, but somebody was seeing a bunch of faces, like, flashing before them, and one of them was Deadpool, and just like the little like inserts of these other Marvel characters that I didn't realize were there before, because I didn't know the characters before. But now that I'm really familiar with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I know the characters, and so I was seeing them, and it was kind of fun. Also, like the Kree and the lizard people, they're in it. Just so much stuff that I did not know was there. There's an episode where somebody's casting magic, and it's the exact same kind of like, I'm sure it's because it's drawn from the comics, but like the magical like circle in the air that like Doctor Strange does, all of that, like it's in there. So much of the modern like Marvel Cinematic Universe is recognizable in the original X-Men animated series. It's really kind of cool. You're caught up too, Bit? Yeah. I could say things, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Detective Zen, congratulations on being randomly selected as VIP for this stream. Woo! You've been watching a lot of classic cartoons on YouTube lately? Watched an X-Men series before the... Yes. And Wolverine had an Australian accent. That's kind of funny considering that Hugh Jackman is from Australia. But I know that the 90s animated series was like their second attempt at doing an X-Men TV show or an X-Men cartoon. Apparently it went really well. But yeah, some way I didn't... I don't know. I wasn't able to watch it regularly. The things that I saw much more regularly during that time frame were DuckTales and Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers and like stuff like that. And so I definitely watched some X-Men, but I didn't ever get to watch it like fully in order and like all the way through. Wait, there's an X-Men anime? I did not, I was unaware of this, and that sounds amazing. Also, yesterday I managed to get up to the episode where they introduce Iceman in the X-Men animated series, and I'm sad that he's not like one of the mains in the show because Iceman is amazing. But I was happy that the character was there and had like an entire episode about him. It was the pilot where a large-haired Kitty Pryde joined Xavier's school. Okay. So that's much more modern. I have not seen the Japanese intro for the X-Men. No. I would love it if you've got a link and want to share it on the Discord. I'll watch it later. There was a blip. I did see like my bitrate dropped and then recovered and then dropped and then recovered, and so it's I don't really understand what happened, but I didn't really notice anything on my end. It's just I glanced over and I was like, oh wow, I can see the dips in the like thing, but they were brief and came right back. So it says I have dropped 6.4% of frames total, and that my rate is it's a little less steady than normal, I would say, but it's holding steady at about 4,500. So I don't know. The Iceman cameth, yes! And unfortunately, every single time I think of Iceman, I have to think of Arthur Miller and the Iceman cometh. Mostly because I took a class in, it was called Modern American Drama, except that modern was referencing the artistic period modernism, and it was modernism within American theater. So not like contemporary, which is a different time period. Contemporary would be now. Modern is referencing a very specific artistic movement. But yeah, I took a class called Modern American Drama and had to read way too much Arthur Miller. So, but The Iceman Cometh is definitely one of the things that that we studied in that class. I do quite like the history of theater, but oh my gosh, the whole like American modernism in theater has too much in common with classic American literature and British literature, in that it's a bunch of like white male protagonists who are oh so upset because not everything is going their way. Oh, it's so sad. I'm this white person who has suddenly fallen on hard times. I still have a house and a family and we can afford groceries. But oh, life is so hard. And that's basically like classic American literature. Or it's like, oh, I'm a white teenage kid, a white teenage boy, like 13, 14 years old, and I feel like I've been mistreated, so I'm gonna run away and live in the subway. I really did not connect with the classics very well. And there's a lot of like modernist American drama, American theater that sort of hits the same buttons. No, it wasn't my favorite, let's say. Stop shun-telling the internet. Yeah, lots of old white dude. There's much more interesting stories to tell. I mean, I sort of get it because also like a lot of that stuff would have been inspired by the economic troubles in the 1930s, the Great Depression that was a global depression, and they were stories that would have spoken to something that people could remember. And it's not that they don't have anything to say, but it's also just when I was in freshman year of high school and having to read a lot of things like Catcher in the Rye or things like that, I just did not connect with them. I was like, stop whining. My God, take a hold of yourself and suck it up, because you do not have it bad. I don't really remember that story at all because I blocked it all out. Yeah, I had another drop-off not too long ago. It's really interesting what is going on with the internets today. I didn't notice anything, but you all might be a little bit behind. Because it looks like there was a good bit of time where it had dropped significantly bitrate wise. I have only lost 3 frames due to rendering lag, but I have dropped a total of 5,676 frames. 5,673 of those were the internet and not my computer. Unless that boy met Ninja Turtles, I don't think that would have ended well for him. I remember American Lit in high school being such a slog. Yes, Puddlegum. And Elixir, feel free to explain or weigh in. I know that you have studied American literature, and if you want to, if you have opinions, they are definitely welcome. I'm just sharing my opinion and my feeling with it. So I know that there was the things I remember from high school, like I remember we had like a list of like the 100 books that you need to read, which was a lot of that like Catcher in the Rye stuff, or oh, the other one I hate, Lord of the Flies. Oh my God. I always thought that Holden was a stereotypical autistic ace written in bad faith. Interesting. That's an interesting interpretation, actually. And at the time, I did sort of feel like I understood the like urge to sort of get away and go and like hide and like, so running away and living in the subway didn't seem all that out there to me, but he just didn't seem like he had enough problems to make it something to be done. Asking how much behind I have is a very personal question. Oh dear, Detective Zen. Zen got back, apparently. Wow, Brain is in the 90s. But the two that I remember, okay, so I remember a couple of them, actually, from school. I remember being forced to read Turn of the Screw. I hated Turn of the Screw. But I vaguely recall, I remember that I read Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and that I didn't hate it, but I remember nothing else about it. One that I actually did enjoy reading was 6 Characters in Search of an Author. I just loved the idea of the characters, and they arrive on stage and they need an author who will write their story, and it's sort of the breaking the fourth wall. The characters are actually living absurdist type theater stuff that I actually really enjoyed. To be frank, most of my focus was on the non-dominant writers of the long 19th century in the UK. I actually just like modern American lit as well, except for a few poets. Also, 19th and 20th century Brit and American children's lit is pretty typical. But I'm gonna eat my foods and can pontificate on lit in Discord if people want my guest lecture. Required American high school English reading is terrible. Yes. Oh, the other one that I was thinking of that I remember liking was To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. So it was like, I remember Tess of the D'Urbervilles as being one that I didn't hate, but I don't remember anything about. 6 Characters in Search of an Author by Luigi Pirandello that I really enjoyed. And then Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse. Those are the 3 that I recall from like that time period that I thought were okay. And the rest of the things I was forced to read, I was just like, oh my gosh, why are you making me suffer this? Yeah. Jane Eyre was also not terrible. I actually prefer, I didn't really get into sort of Victorian, like Jane Eyre style stuff until I encountered Quirk books and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies and Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters and Jane Slayer. Those were the 3 that got me into sort of that style of writing. And then I was like, oh, okay, this isn't terrible. Hi, Hannah. The worst thing I had to read in high school was Of Mice and Men. Literally had to listen to the whole class discuss mercy killing disabled people as if it's the best, most moral thing ever. I've never read Of Mice and Men. I did not know. The only thing I've read sort of in that vein, not necessarily Of Mice and Men, but sort of the literature, like classical style literature vein. The only thing I've read really since high school was Flowers for Algernon. Well, I mean, that's not true. I also read War and Peace. Actually, War and Peace is not terrible. I had a great version of War and Peace that was many, many hours long. It was 8 8-hour segments on Audible. And it was great. And then at some point they replaced the version I had with another version. And the one I picked because I could understand what the narrator was saying. And the one they replaced it with, the narrator has a really heavy Russian accent and I can barely understand a word he says. I was not happy that they switched it out. Why are you making me suffer? This was the subtitle of a lot of book reports you had to write in high school. This is true. I actually saw a really cool version of The Taming of the Shrew on Friday night, set in the 1960s, and did some really interesting things with how we think of gender in Shakespeare, in actors and characters. That's neat. Shakespeare, there's a lot of playfulness that can happen in Shakespeare. Started a new audiobook today, got an hour into it, and realized I couldn't get into it, so I stopped. Might try again at some point, but just not right now. I'm there with you, Hannah. I tried starting one. It was a audiobook that came out in like April of 2020. And it was highly reviewed by Lawrence Wright, called The End of October. And I just couldn't. I tried starting it and I just was not connecting with it. So I had to give up. It's about a pandemic. It was written before the pandemic and came out at the beginning of the pandemic. And yeah, I just wasn't able to connect with it. So I ended up setting it aside, and I've been listening to Wool by Hugh Howey instead. Wool is the first novel in his series that the Apple TV show Silo is based on. And it's been kind of interesting so far. A pun review. I'm giving Zen points for the joke, even though it wasn't a pun. Remember having to read a separate piece in high school, and it stands out in my mind as one I simply did not get. And that's a thing too. Like, a lot of the, like, we're in school, you must read this thing and interpret. And I read it and I was like, I don't know what you want me to say about this. It sucked. It was boring. Why did you make me read this? It doesn't say anything profound about the human condition. It just makes me want to not have a human condition. I did not enjoy it. Oh gosh, Ethan Frome. I didn't read A Separate Place. I remember reading, wow, I did not have any idea that this was what we were gonna, I read The Joy Luck Club in high school. That one was actually really good. The Joy Luck Club was very good. Gosh, so many things. If you had asked me what books I read in high school, I would not have remembered all of these to be able to give them to you on a list. But having the conversation, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I read this. I had to read The Awakening by Kate Chopin in high school, and I hated that book so much, I eventually gave up, got the info I needed for the project, and never read it again. I think there's at least one book that I tried to read and I hated it so much. I was so bored. I was like, no. And it was the only time I remember getting Cliff's Notes, and I don't remember what book it was. But I was just like, I just need to know what the plot is. I don't care. But I was in advanced placement classes for basically all of English in high school, which meant that I had to do a lot of that stuff. And it made me hate reading in a way that I didn't think was possible at that point in my life, because the beginning of high school is when I discovered Terry Brooks and discovered that I enjoyed reading. And then I just remember senior year of high school, senior year English really made me hate reading. Didn't read a lot of books for school, but they sure did their best to remove all the joy from Shakespeare. Yeah. Confused the heck out of my freshman English teacher because on the first day when everyone else showed up having read the shortest books on the summer list, I read the complete works of Poe and Alex Haley's Roots. Oh my gosh. The only book from high school that you hated. You had to read The Great Gatsby, which you didn't like, but at least you could read it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are times where I'm like, I should go back and read some of these things. And the one that I have tried multiple times and started and just never finished, but not because I didn't really, not because it wasn't interesting, but just because, I don't know, I just never managed to finish it, was Picture of Dorian Gray. That one I've tried multiple times and not been able to get through. Also House of Leaves. House of Leaves is an experience. I've only gotten like halfway through it. It's interesting. I have no idea what they would do. Like, you couldn't do it as an audiobook. It just wouldn't work. I suppose you could do it as an ebook, but really it's a book. It's a physical book. And why? It could be me. Let me just boop it down a little bit. Also, I should probably get the game up at some point. I just did. But also, I think you all are slightly behind me. So hopefully, when you hear me say that I have turned down the music, you will let me know if it is at a decent level now. Puddle Club. I mean, I was unmedicated for ADHD because I didn't know I had ADHD. Yeah. Thinks of ways to change Rogan's mind on Oscar Wilde. What are the books that he's written? Like, now I'm going and looking because where is your bibliography? Oh, I mean, so Picture of Dorian Gray. Like, it's not, I did not, I don't know why I've never finished it. That's the thing. I've tried to read it, and I don't know why I haven't finished it. I think it's partly because I was reading it as an ebook. I bet I could get through it if I listened to it as an audiobook. A stove would be a terrible thing to set up in a House of Leaves. House of Leaves is... It's creepy. Especially because it's set in Virginia. It's horror, satire, postmodernism, and ergodic, according to the genre listing on Wikipedia. It has passages where, like, it starts out and it reads like a normal book, and then at some point you start to realize that there's a separate narrative happening in the footnotes, and you get to points where there might be a couple of lines at the top and the rest of the page is the footnote. And then you get to parts where the words are in a spiral on the page, and there's just random words that are in color. Typically the word house is in color. Leaves also is in color, but everything else is black and white. But all the weirdness accrues over time as the narrative becomes more bizarre. It's an experience, and it's just a little difficult to get through, so I haven't managed to finish it. I started reading it, and then I went back to college, and then I started reading it again, and I went to grad school, and then I started reading it again, but got really busy with the brand new job that I had, and so I keep trying to pick it up at the wrong time to be able to get all the way through House of Leaves. I can't get through Lord of the Rings. Amazing world building, terrible writing. Neo gets, that's fair. I remember I read it once and I've never had a desire to read it again. I get what I want from it from the movies and other media. Exception 2, I hate the Victorian novel, are the late 19th century adventure books of Stoker, Doyle, Haggard, and a few others. Sure, they mostly hate women, but they were a lot more fun than Dickens. Let me correct myself. They don't hate women. They fear them because they can't understand them, so they vilify them. Oh, wow. Okay, I am going to bring the game up because it's Monday, and we're going to play a game, and that game is Return to Monkey Island, and it's only a 2-hour stream, and after the stream, we're going to raid over to Althaven, where they're going to be playing some Beacon, which is why I'm decked out in alien stuff today, and yeah, so I'm gonna bring the game to the screen, because I didn't know that this was literature hour, but apparently I had thoughts. Also, Wednesday, we're reading something from a spec fiction magazine, and then Saturday, the plan is to return to Mars. I know what I'm doing. I don't.
Do you remember where we were?
On an island looking for golden keys.
Kind of. But remind me a little?
Games
Okay.
in this stream?
So the secret of Monkey Island was in a
In this
safe at the
economy?
voodoo shop, and I was looking for the 5 golden keys that would open it. I had found 1 key so far. I wasn't sure where LeChuck or Captain Madison were, but I was sure they were up to something. Elaine was on Scurvy Island,
This is
working on
fine.
stuff for the Marley Foundation. Stan was in prison in an ice quarry. There was a lot to think about, but I was keeping my to-do list up to date, and the main thing was finding those golden keys.
I think we might be a guest on. There might be a guest on Wednesday stream in a few weeks. That person should figure out what they're going to talk about. This is a possibility. Oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, the contests. I forgot all about the contests. All right. We can't get Whitey's key yet. I don't think. Acquire Bella Fisher's key. Get the flag from the fish shop. Become a high-ranking chum. In order to do... Okay. Get the museum's real flag. Become the queen. Yes. Somehow. I shall become the queen of Bermuda. Let's see. Pointy.
I'm staying far away from this.
I don't think I have the right fish. I think I might have to go and trade fish.
It says Courthouse of Bermuda. May I approach the bench, Your Honor?
You may approach the bench.
Your Honor, what is the legal status of the royal challenges?
The traditional Bermudian contests of hardiness, seriousness, and intelligence have been ruled to be fully constitutional. Does the plaintiff need more information?
Oh, yes, please.
I seek to inquire about the contest of hardiness.
Statute 45, Section 2, Subsection A states, the contest of hardiness is an eating contest. You must eat more fish than the queen, or she less than you.
Uh-huh. The Queen Muda, yes.
I seek to inquire about the contest of seriousness.
Statute 46, Section VI, Subsection U states, the contest of seriousness is what we call a stone face contest. Whoever laughs first is the loser.
I have to
Upon appeal
make
to
her
a higher
laugh.
court, the telling of jokes was ruled to be allowed. Further appeal to the Supreme Court found the actual encouragement of jokes to be fair.
Okay.
I seek to inquire about the contest of intelligence.
Statute 46, Section XIIVII, subsection D, parenthesis I, states, the contest of intelligence is an advanced algebra quiz. Said quiz shall be timed and binding. Upon appeal, it was ruled that the algebra questions can include questions involving polynomials, but not integration of unknown terms. Do you know advanced algebra?
I'm pretty sure I got an A. I'm also pretty sure I cheated.
Order in the court! There is no cheating allowed.
Does Your Honor accept bribes? Asking for a friend.
Order in the court. One more insinuation like that and you'll be in the ice quarry for life.
I'll let my friend know. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned.
Oh dear. Yeah, I don't think I have the right fish. Because if I'm going to be supplying the fish for the eating contest, um,
It's not a parrot, it's a seagull.
I wonder if maybe I need to feed it different fish too. Terror Island sounds like a fun time. See, isn't it pretty?
I might catch something. Or something might catch me. Death waits for all who enter. I'd turn back if I were ye. That's encouraging.
But if it's death, like from Discworld, I would love to meet death.
Rest in pieces. Did that just move? I thought I saw it move.
It certainly feels like terror time. Maybe it's just a really white parrot. Yeah. Unlucky place. Mysterious clearing. Twisting path. Slimy grotto. So many lovely locations on this island. Bizarre grove. Just everything. Let's go to the unlucky place. To be frank, death waits for us, regardless of visiting Terrible Island.
I'm sure I'm a more skilled survivalist and have nothing to worry about. I'll just keep telling myself that. It's not one of the golden keys, but any key is a good key in my book.
I have the silver key. I don't know why.
It's not a skeleton key, but I did find it stuck in a skeleton's chest.
Okay. This is the unlucky place. An old stone and brambles.
This place gives me that lonely feeling. I'd rather keep moving
I've
along.
got that lonely feeling. Whoa, that lonely feeling. I've got that lonely feeling. Now I'm gone, gone, gone. And I can't go on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A leaning tree.
For a dead tree, it's a little too lively.
It is very leany.
Just a dead end. Sounds a little creepy if you think about it too much.
Mm-hmm. Why are you leaning so much? To a slimy grotto.
It's like a slow crashing wave of spores.
Yeah, that is it. Why is the leaning tree moving? Yeah, that person was trying to be literal about unlocking their heart. Plot? Oh no, I didn't mean to get plot. Ooh, twisting path or mysterious clearing? Path. Ah, no! No, why? Why? Why did they? No! I mean, the scorpions are fine, but stop it with the arachnids already! My goodness! No, thank you.
Whatever it is,
It's
I don't think it wants me
alive.
There's no such thing as a man-eating mushroom, right?
Depending on which role-playing game you're in. Okay, a distant scream. That seems all right.
It says XYZZY. I can't quite get it off of there.
Sniffy. Pry off the sign. Not another
I've had it
lock.
with locks.
Silver key.
XYZZY. Wow, neat. It's magic.
Neat. That's pretty cool.
I'm not walking any farther. It's way too dark.
All right, I need some sort of light. Can I light this on fire? No. Okay.
XYZZY.
It's lovely that it just brings me back here. Does that mean that if I go this way, it will also bring me back here?
It's getting hard to tell the flora from the fauna.
What happens if I exit this screen? Ah, no. Sorry, too many spooters. What happens if I read it now?
XYZZY. Huh. I guess it doesn't work everywhere.
Okay, that's good to know. Let's try the mysterious clearing.
I'm not sure I want to know what happened here. I'll be fine as long as I don't lose my wits and keep my head. Ugh, looks like he had the wrong person watching his back. What really bothers me is, why do these pirates look familiar?
Oh no.
It's looking at me funny, and I don't trust it. Looks like another greedy pirate who met a sordid fate. Yeah, this place gives me the creeps.
A sordid fate. SWORD. Gimme! It's a lamp.
It's not lit, but it does have some lamp oil in it.
Nicey nice. Well, so I did them in the wrong order. That's fine.
XYZZY. Huh. I guess it doesn't work everywhere.
Okay. It's just to get back out, apparently. Ah, noosh. This way. Match.
Okay,
Lamp.
it's lit.
Ah. It was prudent of us not to walk off into the cliff. Or into the pit. So many scorpions. Uh-oh, we're about to have a 3-minute ad break. Automatically
It says,
start.
Warning. You are about to enter a maze of twisty passages, mostly very similar.
Twisty passages. Wait, no. I'm gonna get lost. I could map it. Yes, I am going to grab a notebook because I'm going to map this. And I'm going to go to the Be Right Back screen while the automated ad break plays. So I'll see you shortly. ads should be done now, I think. And I have prepared my pages, Return to Monkey Island, Twisty Cave, and I've started my map. So, if we take the kite tunnel, we end up in a room with, let's see, it apparently is full of screams. It's a room of screams. Okay, so we have, the question is, well, actually, no, it's not a question, because I know, because we went back and it did go back, so that I know. All right. Diamond shape with a stem and little arms. Okay. That's one. And then we have square with a dot in the center and 4 little arms. Wait, the ads are still here? I thought they were done. Is there a third exit? There is. So this one also goes that way to tic-tac-toe. So if I go in here to the tic-tac-toe place, will it take me to the same tic-tac-toe place as the other? I think so. Oh, no. Really? Interesting. Okay, so let me grab this one first then. All right, so tic-tac-toe takes me takes me you exit to the east and it brings you to the south. Into a room where the symbol at the top needs another color. The all-seeing eye. And if you exit left here, there is a left exit. So there's a lot of different symbols. I don't know that I'm going to have enough colors to give them all individual colors, but that's okay. Also, maybe I should have started this map further up the page. Broken circle with 2 lines through it. Okay. And the other side is that one. It's just fun screaming, the little flower thing. So if I go through the flower, it puts me out, and there's a that and that and that. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Just drawing my map. That was. Da, 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 da. Oh. Oh, that was this color. I'm probably going way too hard on mapping this, but it's okay. And then another symbol that we've not encountered before. Huzzah! I haven't run out of colors yet. All right, we have 3 options for directions again. Going up here brings us out to the... Okay. That direction into a room. And that symbol. There's a note.
Looks like someone forgot to pick up their trash.
Every ocean sunrise and moonrise reminds me of you. Those dual orbs dancing in the winter sky, he mused. Pen in hand. I'm curious about what the symbol is here for. Okay. I'll see. They're trying to make me run out of colors. It's very expressive screaming. Ooh. Hey. Your opinion on the ads is the screaming from the game. I understand that. That would be my opinion on the ads too. Oh, hello, nurse. That's the symbol that was on the note. Brought me to another room with another note. That also has the where. I don't know if I actually need to be mapping this or not. I just am. And it's got... I don't even know if mapping it, if there's any meaning to the symbols at all, if mapping it's even possible. These are things I don't know. Right, so, and this one's a kite. Let's check what the note says. Another note. Their last summer night together was torrid, lurid, and square eye. I don't know. The night was long, but insufficiently so, because morning came too soon, when he must set sail. Okay. I think it's going to give me the combination of what order I should go in. That's a whole new symbol. But there's another note. Yeah, close enough. I did not draw it correctly. And the third symbol here is that one. Okay. Seems like a variant. It doesn't seem like exactly the tic-tac-toe symbol that we had before, but those crisp fall something nights at sea. The ship undulated, wet and rocking, and yet, in the bunks below decks, no one was knocking. Go this way. All right, that puts me out at a place where that's at the top. Okay. Yet another room we've not been in before. All-seeing eye. And then the new symbol. We're going to follow the new symbol. It puts me out. Okay. Huh. This is what my map looks like right now. It's not exactly a useful map, but it's fine. It's very map. And there's all-seeing eye. And kite. Note number 4. Spring sprung hard. The kite flower. The flowers yawned wide. The bees dove in. Knowing he must sail away the next season on his major voyage quest, she tried and failed to keep it casual. Isn't that a circuit diagram for a car stereo? Potentially. And down we go. This is definitely not as punishing as playing Myst and having to listen to the sounds to know which direction to go. All right, so the top is that one. That one is, again, the all-seeing eye. They like that one a lot. And then the third exit is the square. His major voyage quest nearing completion, Reginald's nose tasted spring coming once again upon the sea's breezes. Oh, for land to be ho again. All right. So, if we take these left to right, top to bottom, not that that's necessarily how they're meant to be taken. We've got the square, this very strange cell thing. Then we've got the banner on a pole. Then we have an eye looking to the left that I've only seen once. Then it's the kite. And finally, we have the sort of incomplete tic-tac-toe board. Those are the symbols in the order taken left to right, top to bottom. The question is, do I start from here or do I start at the beginning? I can't start at the beginning if I take them in that order because the entrance hall does not have this symbol in it. So I say we start from here. Nope. That doesn't work. That brings me to Right, we came this way. And we ended up with this. That. And over here is that one. Which I'm gonna follow because I've only ever seen it once before. That's tic-tac-toe, that symbol, and that symbol. That doesn't seem helpful. I hear you screaming! I haven't called out to let you know that I'm on my way. I do not think we have repeated a single room. I think the only way to repeat them is to go back the way you came. Hi, Vance. You just finished your first episode of your Candela game. Awesome. I hope that it was fulfilling and creepy. I assume creepy is the right vibe for Candela. I still have yet to see any of it. Well, that's new. That's the first time that's happened. I've never gone through a doorway and had the same symbol on the other side of it as was on the side I went through. I still honestly don't think that there's any logic to the symbol distribution, or that it's even possible to map this, but I'm still mapping. Well, we lived, but no other spoilers since it will be uploaded to YouTube at some point. Awesome. Where is it going to be? If we want to share the link in the chat, that would be acceptable. At Rune and Relic. Yeah, if we can give a permit to Vance, just to be sure. But yeah, if you want to share the link, that would be great. I am so lost. That's almost the same, but not the same. Ooh, yeah. Thank you for dropping the YouTube link. Thank you also, Elixir, for the for the self-care. I have no idea. I found those notes. I suppose I should probably look at the notes again, because so far just wandering through the twisty passages is not getting me really anywhere. Despite my best efforts to map it. I don't seem to be getting anywhere. 9 followers away from a 50 goal. They'll do a lower dex 2-shot if they reach 50. Is it just what is their let me see. Is it just what is their Twitch? Yeah. Well, I was going to do a shout out, but I want to make sure I get the right one. That would be why. There. Okay. Read the curious notes. Their last summer night together was torrid, lurid, and square symbol. Their last. Every ocean sunrise and moonrise reminds me of you, those dual orbs dancing in the winter sky, he mused, pen in hand. Crisp fall nights. And fall mused the tasted spring. Spring. Summer. Winter. Fall. Spring. And if we do it starting from the first room, there's only one possible path if we're going seasonally. So it's got to be spring. Oops. Followed by this summer. Followed by me retweeting the announcement for tonight's beacon. Followed by all right, so spring, summer, autumn. Hi, Sterling. I've been attempting to map twisty passages that really are not mappable. I got distracted by dogs. Did you get closer to being queen? I don't know. I'm still on Terror Island. The answer is 7. No, Custard. No, 1856. No, the Great Wall of China. Indeed, actually, the answer is 42 Shadows. Winter. Which is this symbol. Yes, I am still writing it all in a notebook. And then, so that would make the final one this one. So the question is that a passable path? I'm just gonna check. Go this way, and this way. I've never been that way. Well, let's try it and see. This is the order I am attempting to go. Yes. Those 5 symbols in that order is what I'm going to try. Because the starting room has both spring symbols. So if you read the clues, they all mention a season. Their last summer, those crisp fall, winter's sky, spring sprung hard, and nose tasted spring. But actually, it's not even as difficult as I made it. I just looked at the symbols and I was like, okay, well, the second room has to have the summer symbol in it. So that told me which room. But if you read the clues, it's all in the text. Because the one that's behind the picture of me says, his major voyage quest, nearing completion, Reginald's nose tasted spring coming once again upon the sea's breezes. Spring coming once again means it's the second spring. So, okay, let's...
XYZZY.
Enter the dark cave. Brave the twisty passages. All right, so we want height. And then we want cell. And then we want tiki torch / war banner. And then we want the eye. And then we want the, what I was calling tic-tac-toe, but it's really not.
The pit of agony lies ahead.
That sounds pleasant.
Promising? It looks really deep. Okay, here goes.
Oh no!
Oh no, the lamp is going out. I should have seen that coming. Water, fire.
Uh-oh.
Help me! It's dark in here. How am I gonna get out of here? Help! I can only hold my breath for 8 minutes.
We still have plenty of time, Guybrush.
This is the point where Elaine usually rescues me. Help!
I don't know if I'm moving or not. I'm
Elaine?
clicking, but I worked my way all the way through the maze,
I know.
and I can't do anything.
XYZZY.
All right, I got part of the puzzle.
That was a close one. I'll have to remember that fire doesn't burn underwater.
Okay.
Okay, it's lit.
Fire does not burn underwater. Got it. Several twisty passages later. Oh, it doesn't force me to do that again? That's interesting.
The pit of agony lies ahead. It looks really deep.
I don't want to jump in. Oh, for land to be hoe again. I don't think the notes hold any more clues. We are fast approaching the end of stream. Well, at least as fast as you can run through a dark cave. How about swimming through dark water? Pirates of dark water?
Gross. Looks like day-old avocado soup.
I have things that glow in my inventory. Let me use them.
I think it's out of juice.
I don't want the hint. I don't know that I can go any further on Terror Island until I figure out how to have light underwater.
Okay, here goes. Oh no, the lamp is going out. I should have seen that coming. Water, fire. SOS!
Sending out an SOS. Sending
get outta
out
here.
an SOS. Yeah,
X, Y,
he
Z,
doesn't move at all. He'll just like one step back or forth.
That was a close one. I'll have to remember that fire doesn't burn underwater.
Maybe if Guybrush sets his own hair on fire.
It's getting hard to tell the flora from the
Apparently, I will have to return.
fauna. There's no such thing as a man-eating mushroom, right?
Maneater. I don't remember the tune for Maneater. I just remember that there is a song called Maneater. So, all right. I don't think there's anything in the mysterious clearing that will work.
Looks like another greedy pirate who met a sordid fate. Yeah, this place gives me the creeps.
There wasn't anything in the slimy grotto that would glow under.
In all the
Water.
worst places, there are mushrooms.
The Bizarre Grove just has that weird
For a
leaning
dead
tree.
tree, it's a little too lively.
I agree. It won't let me carve up the tree. Toothbrush the tree? Matches on the tree. No. Hey, fun guy are fun. I mean, awesome. Hey, I like to hang out with a fun guy now and then. Rocky Beach.
Death waits for all who enter. I'd turn back if I were ye. I'm sure you'll be safe here.
Worry about your own skin, Threepwood. I have no skin.
I'm not a fun guy for fungi. I don't want to dock with LeChuck's trip. Let's check this one out.
Ahoy!
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 Permission to come aboard.
Afraid we can't let you do that.
Permission to come aboard, sir.
This isn't a protocol issue.
Although we do enjoy a good protocol.
Are you going to let me talk?
Apparently, that's what you enjoy doing.
There's been a deadly scurvy
I have
outbreak on the
limes.
ship. We're under strict quarantine, so we don't infect others with this deadly
Scurvy is
pathogen.
not contagious. I don't think scurvy is contagious. Where'd you get that cool flag with all the holes? You should try limes. They help prevent scurvy. Have a look at this flyer on limes.
Have a look at this flyer on limes.
Ascorbic acid deficiency, collagen synthesis, mucous membranes.
Hey, that is a bunch of science nonsense.
We won't have any of that around here.
It's all a trick to track our plunder.
As if you have any plunder.
I don't think scurvy is contagious.
You don't know that. My cousin's uncle's mother's best friend says it is.
It's a scientific fact.
Oh, don't try to snow us with your science quackery.
If scurvy wasn't contagious, then only one person would have it.
Duh.
much.
Where'd you get that cool flag with all the holes? It looks familiar.
We found it floating in the ocean. It's one of Bella Fisher's flags. She probably lost it when her ship went down.
We're afraid to take it down and offend the scurvy gods.
There is no such thing as the scurvy gods.
Well, then why is there scurvy? Answer me that.
Can I have your flag?
Did you not hear me? Scurvy, on board, quarantine.
Well, you could just toss it down to me.
Best not to risk it. It's probably crawling with scurvy, trust me.
Oh dear.
You should try limes. They help prevent scurvy.
Where did you hear that?
Is that more of your science mumbo-jumbo?
You need to leave before you catch scurvy.
I really don't think scurvy is contagious.
You don't know that. My cousin's uncle's mother's best friend says it is.
Peddle your science to someone more gullible.
Bye. Don't let the scurvy bite you.
Scurvy bites. I knew this was bad.
I don't see a chum's lure anywhere. This clever mashup really gets the point across.
Stop exclamation sign.
I'm sensing a generally negative attitude directed at visitors. It's seen better days. Well, it's nice to get a warning. Their ship, their rules. I'm sensing a generally negative attitude directed at visitors.
You have the deductive power of a cantaloupe.
The messages are a little mixed, but clearly enthusiastic.
You're welcome, and thank you.
No.
Hey, Murray.
Have you tried scurvy? It would suit you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm working due east of the waterfall and due south of camp today.
So no limes. Fish? They don't want fish. Come on, they're pirates. They don't want my money.
Biohazards are my least favorite hazards. You should try limes. They help prevent scurvy.
Where did you hear that?
Is that more of your science mumbo-jumbo?
You need
It
to
actually
leave
does
before you catch
sound
scurvy.
like him, Hannah.
Bye. Don't let the scurvy bite you.
Well. I need more fish of a different kind. So let's try Melee Island. Low Street, right? International House of Mojo. What happened to the...
Somehow I don't think he's doing fine.
What happened to Wally's maps and more?
Wally? What happened here? Wally's shop has been ransacked. These maps were Wally's life's work. At least I assume so. Who could have done this? I guess LeChuck, obviously. This is all that's left of Wally's standard-sized maps, globe, odd-sized maps, and boxes of other maps. Wally, can you hear me? Are you okay? I guess he's not here. And he's probably not okay.
Where's Wally? I assume that when we find Wally, he will be wearing red and white stripes.
Hello.
All right, what are my fish options? Toadfish. Let's talk.
Can I trade in my fish for some other ones?
Always happy to take a trade in. Today we've got hagfish, toadfish, slimehead, bloater, and lumpsucker. What'll it be?
Bloater.
I'll put it on your tab.
Thanks. They have hagfish, toadfish, slimehead, bloater, and lumpsucker. Can I trade in my fish for some other ones?
Always happy to take a trade in. Today we've got hagfish, toadfish, slimehead, bloater,
Yes,
and
yes.
lumpsucker. What'll it be?
Never mind. They're semi-bloated. Hey, how about a burping contest?
Always! Winner keeps the blowfish.
That's what I need. Oh my gosh, really? I think I'm blowing in the wrong end.
Aye, well done. I hereby declare this a draw.
I have a suspicion that blowfish would help us win the contest.
Wasn't this closer to the box before?
Because
I know fish can't blink, and I want to keep on knowing that.
if we did blowfish eating as the contest, one bite of the wrong part and you won't be eating anymore.
Ah, just thinking about not imagining it is making me imagine it.
Slime heads.
They look a little ripe.
I don't know. I feel like there's not, I mean, bloatfish, but I don't
They're
know.
Semi-bloated.
That's how fish lung gets started. I have no idea if. I guess bloatfish seem more like they would be appropriate than the other fish I had before, but I still don't think they're right.
It seems to be stuck closed. This key doesn't fit.
I tried. I need something that will burn underwater.
Hey, Guybrush!
The lamp broke. Possibly an improvement.
I know we're
Let's
standing.
visit again soon.
Have your people call my people.
Looks sort of like an eye.
Sort of.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi there, locksmith.
I met someone with a key like that once. He said it was bad luck.
It was bad luck. This poor elongated man still hasn't solved his problems, I see. Pretty Witchery, this is true.
It's pretty well made, if I say so myself.
Makes sense since you're probably the one that made it.
I don't think so. She might try to claim it.
Ah!
Greetings, fellow chum.
Greetings, fellow chum. Have you a story to share?
Sam, Liam, and Matt are all in this. Okay. Oh gosh. It was my first trip to Monkey Island. The crew were restless.
It was my first trip to Monkey Island. The crew were restless. And then, all of a sudden,
my ship was swallowed by a huge lunker of a whale, a real chum-chomping line breaker, if ever there was one.
My ship was swallowed by a huge lunker of a whale, a real chum-chomping line breaker, if ever there was one.
Then we stuck an umbrella jig head in the beastie's mouth and reeled it in from the inside.
Then we stuck an umbrella jig head in the beastie's mouth and reeled it in from the inside.
Seems like you've got a few keys on your ring. Now talk to some other chums to round out the set.
I'll do that.
Well, at least we're improving. Golly. Althaven is live. Thank you, Hannah. I do not know what to do next in the game, so I'm just gonna warm my hands by the fire. And we'll leave it there. And next time I will try to figure out where I can make progress, because I've been to all the islands and I've blocked at every turn. I have missed something, but I do not know at the moment what. So that'll be where we're gonna leave Monkey Island for this week. And actually it won't be next week. It's gonna be a little bit, because I don't remember. I don't remember if I was supposed to do Monkey Island tonight or not. I think I was supposed to do Control tonight and spin the wheel next week. We will either do Control or spin the wheel next week. I don't know which. Maybe we'll spin the wheel, but it will have Control on it. So, you know, we'll do something. But too late, no time travel. I mean, not just no time travel, but also, let me make sure that Pretzel Rocks is down where it needs to be. Yeah, no time travel, but also, like, we spent like half the stream with me making this map that is very messy, but got me what I needed. And half the stream was us talking about literature and how much we did not like modernism in American classic literature. I don't know why, but we did. I'll have control of the wheel. This is true. Meanwhile, in the present, Guybrush told a rambling story to his son that kind of went nowhere. Okay, yes, let me thank you, Detective Zen and Elixir, for your resubscriptions. Thank you, Addisum15, for the follow. I think that was a couple of days ago, but thank you anyway. And of course, thank you to Was Not Worth It for being a subscriber over on Coffee. Thank you everybody who joined me tonight. Thank you to my mods. Thank you, mods. My next stream is Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will be looking at a thing. I forgot. It's a spec fiction thing. It doesn't help that it's, so we will be looking at Lost Legion by Lyle Monroe. which is also known as Lost Legacy by a famous sci-fi author whose name I can't remember. Nah. It's a thing. Anyway, we'll talk all about it on Wednesday. It left my brain and it's not on my stuff that I can see here at home. So, you know, whatever. We're gonna take a look at that story. And then Saturday we should be headed back to Mars. This is the US CSS Nostromo hat. Pretty witchery. It is the hat from the first Alien movie. And this is the t-shirt from the from Aliens. Like the USS Sulaco was the ship in the second Alien movie, and this is the hat from the first Alien movie. But yes, we're gonna head on over to Aldhaven for some Beacon with the Streampunks, because the Streampunks are the bestest, and I want to. And so we're heading on over there now. They have already started announcements, so it's going to be quick. I have a raid call. It comes in subscriber and non-subscriber flavors, so copy and paste as you will. And join me. Hope I see you again soon. Until I do, get out there and do some shenanigans.